The Ram Speed Players are proud to present a production of Sir Reginald's Cure by Robert Earl Walter.
Wan rays of sunlight dared reach between grey velvet curtains into the alcohol-scented surgery of the noted rare disease physician, Dr. Bonzo Manticore. Even though the drapery muffled sound, the clop of horse-drawn carriages and distant vendor calls from the fish market still managed to penetrate the gloom surrounding Sir Reginald Chunder, 4th Earl of Foolsey, who slumped on the examination table. "I am afraid, Sir Reginald, that there is no question."
"Good God, Doctor, is it so?"
Yes, there is no easy way to break it to you, but it is definitely a case of pelagic givation.
Are the symptoms that conclusive?
Absolutely. An uncontrollable urge to dance wildly in a public place without one's pants on.
You mean to tell me?
Quite so, Sir Reginald. The episode in the House of Lords will repeat itself, unless we take action.
Then there is a remedy.
Oh, yes, but you must wear the scrotum of a musk ox as a skull-cap, and to be sure there will be no reoccurrence. I am afraid it will have to be for the rest of your life.
But won't people think I'm Jewish?
That can't be helped, Sir Reginald. If being spat upon and asked for the loan of money becomes too oppressive, a wig may provide some relief."
"Impossible!"
"I beg you reconsider. As a member of the 12 tribes, I've endured ill will myself on occasion, and it can be managed."
"No, and again no. I reject this form of treatment, and may I say, Doctor, I'm shocked at the revelation of your Hebraic deformity. In all my years of...
Sir Reginald was prevented from saying more, because suddenly one of his legs began twitching, and then the other, as he leapt from the table and began a jig to rude music only he could hear. Dr. Manticore wasted not a moment. "Merciful heaven! It's starting again! Nurse Cleaver, I believe we still have a musk ox in the pantry. Please harvest a scrotum with all due haste, and do employ the Spanish twist. I want the beast left with some modicum of dignity." She ran from the room, but by this time Sir Reginald's eyes had rolled up into his head, and he began flinging his arms and legs about in wild abandon, bumping into the examination table and other furniture without heed for his own safety. Somehow, in the midst of this St. Vitus dance, he managed to work his pants down to his ankles, but unable to remove them because of his boots, he progressed about the room like a demon-possessed potato-sack racer, until he overbalanced and fell to the rough-hewn wooden floor, where he began writhing forward on his belly like a spastic porpoise.
Oh, my putrid lord, the pain!
"Be still, Sir Reginald, or, perforce, we must restrain you. The cure will be here shortly." In response, Sir Reginald gave a horrid shriek, and for a moment froze with his spine bowed, as though he was trying to touch the back of his head with his heels.
"Doctor, help me! I've got a splinter in me penis."
"Me lord, this is most dreadful, but it has been known to happen with pelagic givation. I'll have the nurse look at it in a moment. She's quite adept with a tweezer. Till then, you must do what you can to seek some self-control." In a Herculean effort, the 4th Earl flung himself to his feet, but control was clearly beyond him, for now excretory explosions added to his frenzied hopping. It was at this moment that Nurse Cleaver returned, panting,
blood-stained, clutching the desired scrotum. Taking in the madness, she tossed the scrotum in the doctor's direction, and weaving around the examination table, was able to intercept Sir Reginald and clasp him in a bear hug. While this restricted his forward momentum, he continued to hump and heave in her grasp, and now a crescendoing chorus of hoots and hollers added to the pandemonium, as it became increasingly clear to the doctor that his nurse was being sexually stimulated by Sir Reginald's vertical exertions. Despite this new complication, the Earl's less perambulatory gyvating allowed the doctor to creep behind him and jam the muskox scrotum on his patient's sweating skull. Within seconds, the violent movements began to diminish, and a renewed sense of propriety returned to Sir Reginald. As he came to his senses, he first recoiled in horror from the unseemly humping of the nurse, whom he pushed away so rudely that she lost her balance, and then, when freed from her embrace, he became yet more aghast at the sight of his fallen clothing. "Nurse Cleaver, you must attend to Sir Reginald's penis." The nurse was no longer whooping, but had tumbled to the floor, where she lay vibrating in a subsiding series of her own tremors.
"At once, Doctor, and if I may be so bold, I look forward to the opportunity."
She sat up, licking her lips.
"Compose yourself at once, Nurse Cleaver. We will speak another time concerning your shocking lack of undergarments, but for now, please fetch the tweezers without a moment's delay. The Earl has a splinter in his penis. Once you have removed the offending sliver, no further attention will be required."
The doctor turned, and with great care helped a groaning Sir Reginald onto the examination table. Nurse Cleaver arose somewhat sulkily, arranged her clothes, found the tweezers, and, gripping the damaged organ in her expert hand, she went to work.
Now, Sir Reginald, this will go better if you remain flaccid, you randy man,"
she said coquettishly, and with a mighty twist yanked the splinter free. Sir Reginald's scream was heard in the next block, and even in the fish market 2 blocks away. But in what the British Journal of Crepuscular Cures called a ground-breaking miracle, it was only 10 days later, with the scrotum hidden underneath a white barrister's wig, that Sir Reginald gingerly limped back to Parliament, and a degree of decorum once more descended on the House of Lords. Meanwhile, in another part of the city, a milkmaid fled a hooting pack of gibbons pursuing her through the streets of Lower Scantyhandle astride saddled flamingos. An older gentleman, observing the spectacle of gibbons wearing fox-hunting attire, was heard to say, "I believe the city has gone mad. Those apes should be mounted on emus. Flamingos have no stamina for this sort of chase."
This is Grovely St. Martin, your Rem Speed Players host for these last 35 years. As always, our broadcasts are made possible by a grant from Intercontinental Airlines. Intercontinental Airlines, where every seat's a toilet. Tonight's performance featured Alistair Carpethque as Dr. Manticore, Barley Farthingcoddle as Sir Reginald, Dame Winifred Ugsby as Nurse Cleaver, and, of course, Oliver Ramspeed as the narrator. Please tune in to our next broadcast that will feature an excerpt from Banish the Day, Sing Praises to the Night by Fraud Sewage Prize-winning author Scranton Peslick, including the pivotal scene when Stainreaver and Malcolm pine for the love of the same woman, and we hear these immortal words: "If I had but one wish, and a gypsy witch to birth my dream, it would be to see Transylvania naked. Till then, We wish a blessing on your ears, and may your yesterdays be your tomorrows.